Liverpool are in chaos. Mohamed Salah's explosive action has shaken the entire club, and Arne Slot knows exactly what's coming next. From dressing room tension to the push for Xabi Alonso, this is the biggest story at Anfield right now. Before we break it all down, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest Liverpool updates. Arne Slot knows what is coming after Mohamed Salah action, but Liverpool critics miss point. Liverpool head to Inter Milan without Mohamed Salah after Arne Slot decided to leave the forward at home. The last time Liverpool were on their travels in the Champions League, problems with the plane meant they were unable to turn up for the usual pre-match press conference. On this latest journey into Europe, however, the focus was entirely on whether just one individual would make the trip. It transpired Mohamed Salah's explosive interview, having been left unused on the bench for the 3-3 Premier League draw at Leeds United on Saturday, was sufficient for the club, in consultation with head coach Arne Slot, to remove the Egyptian from selection for a short period and not include him for tonight's Champions League clash at Inter Milan. Casting doubt on both the immediate and long-term Liverpool future of Salah, the reverberations of his premeditated outburst are likely to resonate for long after the winger departs for Africa Cup of Nations duty after the weekend. If time apart may in some respects be a positive, it does open the door to the possibility of Salah airing his grievances on a more regular basis, given likely expected media duties during the tournament. That, though, is a potential problem that can wait. The primary issue now for Slot is to negotiate a tie which, while already tricky, has become even more difficult due to circumstances. With Cody Gakpo and Federico Chiesa having not traveled due to injury concerns, Liverpool now have only 3 recognized attacking options, summer signings Alexander Isak and Hugo Ekitike, along with 17-year-old Rio Ngumoa. Those who argue those absences mean Liverpool are performing an act of potential self-harm by leaving out Salah are spectacularly missing the point. The damage done by his comments will not be repaired overnight, and the club had to be seen to react even if it is not being regarded as a direct punishment for the player. And there was no chance of Liverpool not giving Slot their full backing as he continues to seek the right formula to drag his team's season back on track. The club's decision to appoint the Dutchman was vindicated with the Premier League title being won, with Salah revived to inspirational levels by the head coach, and having bankrolled a major summer spending spree, they are more than willing to show patience that matters can turn around. Indeed, had Salah not gone public with his feelings on Saturday, he would have almost certainly been back in the starting lineup at the San Siro. That he misses out is a situation entirely of his own making. Those who are part of a slimmed-down 19-man squad will acknowledge the importance of Liverpool gaining a result, both in the context of an ongoing difficult season and their attempts to qualify for the Champions League knockout stages. The horrific 4-1 home loss to PSV Eindhoven a fortnight ago means the Reds have work to do to ensure the bare minimum of a top 24 finish, never mind a place in the top 8 that would remove the need for a playoff in February. Concluding the opening stage in the new year with a home game against Qarabağ and a trip to Marseille, it isn't going to be straightforward. And for the under-pressure Slot, a positive result at the San Siro would be another small step forward and extend the current unbeaten run to 4 games. Inter stand a point behind champions Napoli at the top of Serie A and are 4th in the Champions League table, having won 4 of their 5 games, although they were beaten 2-1 at Atlético Madrid last time out. Liverpool are 13th. The Reds, though, have a good record at the San Siro, having won on their last 4 visits after controversially being defeated in their first away back in the 1965 European Cup semi-final second leg against Inter. We are facing a very good team that has been a big force in the Champions League the last few seasons, twice reaching the final, said Slot. We know we're facing a very strong team tomorrow, and that is always the biggest challenge in the game. They have a very disciplined team and a very experienced team and a lot of quality. Goalkeeper Alisson Becker is in agreement. Inter are playing well and have so much quality. They have great strikers, midfielders, defenders, and a great goalkeeper. We want to play our best. You can expect a Liverpool side that wants to show the will to win and improve our current situation. Play good football and winning football. It won't be in any way easy. We are well aware Inter are a very good side. We know it's a huge challenge.
What Mohamed Salah's agent said about Arne Slot shows how far Liverpool relationship has fallen. Mohamed Salah's relationship with Arne Slot looks to have broken down, just a matter of months after everything seemed to be going so well between them at Liverpool. Mohamed Salah's outburst at the weekend was shocking, not necessarily for the way in which he attacked Liverpool, but for the manner in which he called out Arne Slot. Having revealed that his relationship with the Reds head coach has broken down after being named on the bench for 3 games in a row, the 33-year-old's future at Anfield looks to be in serious doubt, with the possibility that he has already played his last game for the club. The reaction from Slot and Liverpool has been fairly measured, with Salah left out of the squad traveling for Tuesday's Champions League game against Inter Milan. His future beyond that is not yet decided, although it's hard to imagine how the relationship between the player and his boss can be repaired now. It is hard to believe that it has reached this point, just a matter of months after Liverpool was crowned Premier League champion, and Salah was putting pen to paper on a new 2-year deal. The Egyptian was glowing in his view on Slot in the immediate aftermath of that title triumph, with the Liverpool boss having got the best out of him by freeing him of his defensive responsibilities, resulting in one of the finest individual seasons seen from any player. And it wasn't just the player who was complimentary, but his agent as well. Rami Abbas is a name that has become very familiar to Liverpool fans over recent years, and not always for positive reasons, but his review of Slot earlier this year seemed to indicate just how highly both he and Salah rated the Reds head coach. Responding to a post on X in February that featured a picture of Slot, as Liverpool pulled 7 points clear of Arsenal in the title race, Salah's agent said, "Excellent at his job." The simple 4-word message cannot be underestimated. Abbas has not been shy of voicing his opinion over the years, often getting himself into spats with the likes of Jamie Carragher over his comments on Liverpool and his client. For him to publicly praise Slot less than a year after Salah's falling out with Jurgen Klopp, remember, showed just how good the relationship was between player and head coach, and almost seemed to show that a new contract was a foregone conclusion. Less than 9 months later, though, that relationship now looks to have sunk. Interestingly, Abbas has not yet commented after Salah's outburst. Whether that's a good sign or not, only time will tell. But Salah's comments can't be seen as anything other than him giving an ultimatum to Liverpool over his and Slot's futures. Essentially, he has told the powers that be at Anfield, it's either him or me. For now, it's Slot that looks to be getting the backing from the club. What that means for Salah's future, we may soon find out.
Mohamed Salah told his rant is more damaging than Trent Alexander-Arnold's exit. Mohamed Salah's controversial comments about his Liverpool predicament are worse than Trent Alexander-Arnold's exit, according to former Premier League goalkeeper Ben Foster. Mohamed Salah has been warned that his explosive remarks about Liverpool manager Arne Slot could be more detrimental than Trent Alexander-Arnold's move to Real Madrid. The future of the Reds icon at Anfield has been cast into uncertainty after he publicly deviated from the party line following Saturday's 3-3 draw with Leeds. The Egyptian international aired his grievances in a heated post-match interview after being benched for the Premier League match at Elland Road. Targeting both the club and the head coach, Salah stated that his relationship with Slot had completely broken down and claimed he was being used as a scapegoat for Liverpool's recent slump in performance. Alexander-Arnold's summer transfer to Madrid sparked a fierce backlash from fans, many of whom accused him of betraying the club he grew up supporting. However, Salah has been told that his comments could be even more damaging as they undermine Slot's authority and threaten the harmony of the dressing room. Former Premier League goalkeeper Ben Foster suggests that Salah has now cornered Liverpool into a no-win situation, arguing that the club may soon have to decide between supporting the head coach or the star player. This comes after confirmation that Salah has been omitted from Liverpool's 19-man squad for their Champions League encounter against Inter Milan on Tuesday. Speaking on the Fozcast podcast, Foster said, "If they side with Slot, Mo Salah can't play again. If they side with Mo Salah and Slot gets the sack for this, then it reeks of player power. It reeks of saying that if you're not playing and you're not happy with something, you just come out with a statement and it gets the manager sacked." Foster added, "I think Mo Salah has checked out now. This means that Liverpool fans are going to hate him for saying it, the manager and the club are going to hate him for saying it. I think he's like, right, I've just had enough now. I'm at my wits' end with it all. During the discussion, Foster's ex-Wrexham teammate Ben Tozer suggested he felt Salah's outburst was more damaging than Alexander-Arnold's departure. Foster replied, "It definitely is, yeah." Saturday's stalemate against Leeds represented the third straight match in which Salah was left out of the starting 11, a choice that raised eyebrows and brought criticism toward Slot. The attacker looked clearly frustrated by the circumstances and didn't mince his words when speaking to reporters in the mixed zone. Salah's remarks have sparked a debate over whether he should have voiced his opinions publicly, especially as Liverpool's recent dip in form heaps pressure on the club's hierarchy. Just months after penning a new 2-year contract, rumors are now swirling about a potential move for the 33-year-old to the Saudi Pro League.
Liverpool news. Mo Salah causes dressing room stir as Arne Slot's true motivation revealed. Mo Salah's incendiary comments about Arne Slot have escalated Liverpool's problems, turning a difficult season for the reigning Premier League champions into a full-blown crisis. It's been an extremely turbulent few days for Liverpool. After throwing away a 2-0 lead to draw 3-3 with Leeds on Saturday, Mo Salah then went nuclear by taking swipes at both the club and manager Arne Slot in an explosive post-match interview. Salah's Liverpool future has subsequently been cast into doubt, with a January exit now looking likely if fences aren't mended soon. His remarks, which sent shockwaves around Merseyside, came after the Egyptian was left out of Liverpool's starting 11 for the third straight game. Salah was an unused sub against Leeds, just as he was against West Ham 2 games prior, and the snubs appeared to have sent him over the edge. He spoke of broken promises, a tarnished relationship with the manager, and being thrown under the bus by the club. The 33-year-old feels he's been made the scapegoat for his side's poor form, and even suggested there were people at the club who wanted to force him out. He also claimed he shouldn't have to fight for his place in the team, branding his omission from the starting 11 unacceptable. Later this month, Salah will leave for the Africa Cup of Nations, meaning he may well have played his last game for the Reds, particularly after he was left out of the traveling squad to face Inter Milan in the Champions League. Here, Mirror Football rounds up the latest Liverpool-related headlines. Real reason Slot dropped Salah. Salah claimed he believed his omission was motivated by someone at the club trying to push him out. However, that does not appear to be the case, with club officials reportedly taken aback by his comments at Elland Road. According to The Athletic, Slot views dropping Salah as a straightforward tactical decision. The choice to deploy Dominic Szoboszlai on the right flank was intended to make the team more defensively solid. That was the primary reason behind the change, though experimenting with different formations ahead of Salah's AFCON departure also played a role. Dressing room reaction to Salah's Slot rift. Several Liverpool players noticed Salah's mood change on Friday when he was informed he'd be on the bench for the trip to Leeds. The forward reportedly argued his case at the training ground, letting Slot know his feelings on the decision. As such, many of his teammates were braced for a public reaction. But while Salah's comments on Saturday didn't come totally out of the blue, most were surprised by just how far he went. It's understood Salah was surprised when he was first dropped against West Ham, and his mood darkened when he wasn't reinstated to the lineup against Sunderland last week. However, it wasn't until he was dropped against Leeds that he properly snapped. Klopp in line to replace Alonso. Elsewhere, Xabi Alonso is facing mounting pressure at Real Madrid and could be replaced by former Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp if he is dismissed. Despite a bright start to the campaign, Los Blancos have won just 1 of their last 5 La Liga matches and slipped 4 points behind Barcelona after Sunday's 2-0 home defeat to Celta Vigo. That poor run, combined with growing concerns about the team's style of play under Alonso, has fueled speculation that the Spaniard may be sacked in the near future. Should that happen, Klopp is among the leading candidates to take over, per El Mundo. Klopp, currently serving as head of global soccer at Red Bull, was frequently linked with Real Madrid during his Liverpool tenure. It remains unclear whether he would return to management, however, having insisted his coaching career had ended following his departure from Anfield last year.
Alonso's potential exit could also open a door for Liverpool, particularly with Slot's future uncertain. Alonso was the club's top choice to succeed Klopp in 2024, and interest in the former Reds midfielder is believed to remain strong on Merseyside.
Liverpool one step closer to dream Xabi Alonso appointment. Liverpool are now closing in on a dream appointment to replace Arne Slot. Right now, it seems almost impossible to believe the Dutchman can turn this rotten run of form around at Anfield. In the 2025 calendar year, Liverpool have won just 50% of their games. With Inter Milan coming up on Tuesday night, it looks like that record is going to get even worse. Milan are on the back of a 4-0 victory against Como, and they look like they are going to be right up for it at the San Siro. How long Liverpool's run of form can continue to last while the dressing room is also divided remains to be seen. Slot right now just doesn't seem to have things figured out. With Mohamed Salah speaking out against him as well, the head coach's position has only gotten worse. It just feels like a matter of when, not if, Slot is relieved of his duties. Obviously, it's one thing sacking Slot, but it's another thing trying to replace him. Liverpool cannot just go for anyone. They need someone competent enough to make sure this doesn't unfold into an even bigger crisis. How can Liverpool do that? Well, the answer might be Xabi Alonso, who was on the club's radar when Jurgen Klopp departed. At the time, Alonso felt like he wasn't ready to leave Bayer Leverkusen, so Liverpool appointed Slot instead. Now he has since taken over at Real Madrid. Unfortunately, or perhaps fortunately for Liverpool, things have not turned out so well for the Spaniard in Madrid. Taking over a team full of egos, Real Madrid stars have not taken to Alonso's system that requires them to run and work hard. Subsequently, results have suffered, and Real Madrid are now on the cusp of letting Alonso go. According to Marca, he could lose his job if Real Madrid are defeated by Manchester City, or if the board does not see a reaction from the squad. The report claims that the Madrid board has a discussion late last night, and this was the conclusion. It also goes into detail how they have already lined up alternative options that includes Jurgen Klopp and Zinedine Zidane. This would be a dream scenario for Liverpool. Just because things have not worked out for Alonso doesn't mean it would be the same for him at Anfield. He's the perfect candidate to replace Slot, and if he is fired, he would be almost guaranteed to be on the club's shortlist. These developments at Madrid are definitely putting him one step closer to the best possible scenario for the Reds. It's something to keep a close eye on.